Hey guys, Chaz here from Pugliese Speed Shop. And if you're following along on like the regular videos, you know that by the time you watch this, we're going to be back from Daytona. But we learned a couple things getting the bike ready to go to Daytona, and we're going to share them with you on this week's Tuesday morning tech tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. So guys, like I said, we haven't gone yet, but she's sitting here waiting just like she was at the end of the last video. But we learned a couple things, right? A couple things actually just last weekend, hanging out with the guys. Joe was working on his bike, and we're just doing what we do, right? Watching one guy work and everybody else standing around, just talking about what we're gonna do and getting plans set and all that kind of thing, right? And plans are important. Uh, Chad was sharing what he's going to do with his bike when we get back. Uh, John told him, get after it, man. I'm famous for having a bike ready 30 seconds before I got to leave. And that there is no truer words were ever spoken. But John can get away with that because that's just what he does, right? You guys have seen him on the channel. He is great under pressure, and I think he performs better that way. He needs a deadline, right? So not everybody's like that. And I am, because I'm similar to John. The problem is, he might be a little more lucky than me sometimes, but we usually pull it off. And, that's what we say is important, but really, there's got to be a better way, right? Guys, there is absolutely a better way, and we already know it is not my way, right? Because, cards on the table, it's Tuesday night. It is right now 9:13, right? And I just finished the bike. We're leaving Thursday morning, 0800, kickstands up, right? Well, that leaves me Wednesday, right? Everybody's like, oh, that leaves you Wednesday. What's the problem? Well, I got to work. I get that's got it. That just keeps getting in the way. But yeah, I got to work all day. And then tomorrow night, we're meeting up. Me and Megan are going out with old Wade and his wife for dinner. So I don't really have Wednesday, right? Now I could. If push comes to shove, Megan is awesome with saying, hey, take care of what you got to take care of. I know you got to do stuff. But do I want to keep, scratching at that? No. And it's just a dick move, right? Because she is so cool about it. If I just keep pushing it and kicking her to the curb, that's guys, that's terrible. That's not an option, right? Is what I'm saying. So, but I started out with the best of intentions. I started, I was like, okay, I was working on the Suburban over the weekend and stuff, and then I was like, oh, let me get this done. Sunday, I'm gonna knock it out. Actually, Saturday we were over at Joe's house, and he was doing a service on his bike, and like I mentioned, Chad was saying, hey, I'd like to he got a new pipe and so I can think of tuner and stuff like that. And Joe's like, dude, don't touch it before we leave. And he's like, no. Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm not doing that. Because even though he has everything, he might not have everything, right? Or we've said it how many times, every easy job is one strip bolt away from being the biggest pain in the ass you've ever dealt with. So if he gets after it, breaks something, it's late at night or whatever it might be, he got to order something, now you're screwed, right? So you don't want to do that. The bike is ready to go, leave it. So Joe was doing his service, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home and do my service. I didn't. All right. And I even said, oh, you know what? I got to shoot up to Harley and get these spark plugs. I didn't. So now it's not that I was being lazy, maybe a little bit, but I always got something going on down here, and there's not a lot of extra time. So I always try to be efficient, and I might over try sometimes, which causes me to be inefficient. But Sunday morning, old Wade hits me up. Hey, man, did you get up to Harley? I said, nah. And he's like, bro, they're not open tomorrow. And actually, it was actually more close to Sunday afternoon. So I said, all right, let's go. I'm going to go. He's like, all right, man, I got to go up there too. So we shoot up there. You guys saw this. And we got that done, which was great because that was something I never did before. it was a less time consuming job, so that was pretty sweet. But and I was like, and I'm gonna go spend some time with Megan because I kind of screwed her over the night before. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that, and I did, and it was awesome. I don't have any regret about that. But I didn't. I just didn't get the service done. You know, I do the oil change. So then I was down here. So I'll just do it after work on Monday. Got off late, that kind of thing, and it's just kind of right. So it's. I should have. When I said I was leaving Joe's, I was going to do that. I should have just gone straight to Harley, got the parts, came back, done it. I'd have been done on Saturday, and well, I guess I wouldn't have a tech tip for this week, but I'm sure I would have screwed something else up, right? So the point is, before I start rambling, because Joe might have mentioned that as well. A lot of guys mention that, but before you go on a big trip, don't start anything, right? That's why I said in the beginning of the last video, we may put this in. And this is nothing major. This is just, you know, a different shift linkage. I want it to be blacked out. The other one works fine. Been there for 5 years. I've had the bike. But there is a little bit of rigging to that, right? You could be off just a touch, and you're taking bolts off. I just said this, right? So let's say I did it and it went back on, everything went on, no problem, which it probably will, right? But I just get the rigging just a skosh off, right? Well, then I'm searching for neutral for the next 1,500 miles there and back or whatever it is, right? Not a solid plan, guys, right? So the same reason we didn't do the forks, because I've never done them. Wade never done them. Kevin has, but he lives in North Carolina now. And I actually want to do the gold valve ones and actually, you know, do some cool stuff to it, which is definitely not something that you just want to jump into in a crunch time like I got going on here. So yeah, I'll wait till I get back. It's not a big deal, right? And that's something you got to prioritize, right? The oil's big deal. Spark plugs are probably right below oil because I have plenty of spark. Like I said, what do you call those things? The forks. A lot of guys don't even do them. Joe mentioned that day his 02 he had 88,000 miles on it. He never changed it. He seen the ride fine, never worried about it. So that's down on the priority list, right? You got to do that kind of stuff. But at a better way, right? I'm telling you to prioritize, which is because I got a million things going on and I'm always running around. Somebody that's doing it right does it exactly on time, where they don't need to prioritize because they allot the right amount of time to get it done, or they take it over and have somebody else do it, which that can, it's more expensive and, you know, whatever. So that's another ball of wax. But, yeah, you know, you allot the right amount of time, you have everything set up, you make sure you know what you're doing, you got the book out, you know, you watch some videos, maybe you have a friend that knows what he's done it before, whatever you got to do, and you do it early, and then you don't got to worry about it. That's the right way. That might not be the Pugliese Speed Shop way, but it's the right way. As long as you're getting it done, that's how I look at it. You're good to go. So I'm going to wrap it up again. Do your maintenance. Do it on time. Prioritize. And be safe out there, guys. Thanks for watching.